2, self-evaluation para sa mga third year criminology student. Question number 1. Okay? Ayusin lang natin. Yan. Question number 1. Crimes conducted over the internet or other computer network. Letter A, embellishment. Letter B, tort. Letter C, commentaries on the laws of England. Letter D, cybercrime. I repeat, crime conducted over the internet or other computer network. Letter A, embellishment. Letter B, tort. Letter C, commentaries on the laws of England. Or letter D, cybercrime. A, B, C, or D. Number 2. The part of the criminal law that specifies prohibited acts and the punishment associated with those acts. Letter A, misdemeanor. Letter B, substantive criminal law. Letter C, constitution. Or letter D, felony. Ayan. Number 3. Abdul, with evident premeditation and treachery, killed his father. What was the crime committed? Letter A, murder. Letter B, parricide. Letter C, homicide. Or letter D, qualified. Wait, awan ba't kaya yung mic ko? Sorry, pasensya na, no? Makalimutin na tayo. Narinig nyo ba kanina? Yung first, yung kwan? Ulitin na lang natin, ano? Hindi pala nakaset yung mic ko. Pasensya na. Okay, so Criminal Law Book 2, Self-Evaluation para sa mga third year criminology student. Question number 1. Crimes conducted over the internet or other computer network. Letter A, embellishment. Letter B, tort. Letter C, commentaries on the laws of England. Or letter D, cybercrime. Next, number 2. The part of the criminal law that specifies prohibited acts and the punishments associated with those acts. Letter A, misdemeanor. Letter B, substantive criminal law. Letter C, constitution. Or letter D, felony. Okay. So if you know the answer, you can answer it immediately because you have to submit your answer not later than 11 o'clock today. That will be the deadline. Kaya kung alam nyo yung sagot, pakisagot nyo na kagad. Okay. Number 3, Abdul, with evident premeditation and treachery, killed his father. What was the crime committed? Letter A, murder. Letter B, parricide. Letter C, homicide. Or letter D, qualified homicide. Number 4, Sergeant Andres entered the dwelling of Jose Bonifacio against the latter's will on suspicion that former kept unlicensed firearms in his home. What was the crime committed by Sergeant Andres Rizal, if any? Letter A, trespass to dwelling. Letter B, violation of domicile. Letter C, usurpation of authority. Or letter D, no crime committed. Okay, so question number 5. Charlie and Leia have been married for more than 6 months. They live together with children of Leia for her first husband. Charlie had sexual relation with Jane, the 14-year-old daughter of Leia. What was the crime committed by Charlie, if any? Okay, letter A, simple seduction. Letter B, qualified seduction. Letter C, consented abduction. Or letter D, rape. So ano raw ang pwedeng maging krimen ni Charlie na nagkaroon ng sexual relation sa anak ng kanyang sa anak ng kanyang pangalawang asawa. Ganun ba? Ganun ba pagkakatranslate? So, Charlie and Leah had married for more than 6 months. Okay? But before that, Leah had a former marriage to another man, kaya meron siyang anak. Okay? Ang pangalan nito ay Leah. Ngayon, si Charlie ay nagkaroon ng sexual relation with Jane. Ito yung anak ni Leah na isang 14 years old. Okay? What was the crime committed by Charlie? Letter A, simple seduction. Letter B, qualified seduction. Letter C, consented abduction. Or letter D, rape. Number 6. Professor Jose gave a failing grade to one of his students. Pangalan nito ay Lito. When the two met the following day, Lito slapped Professor Jose on the face. What was the crime committed by Lito? Letter A, corruption of public official. Letter B, direct assault. Letter C, slight physical injuries. Or letter D, grave coercion. That is question number 6. Question number 7. X saw arms landed in La Union and loaded into a motor vehicle. Y later saw the arms unloaded in a warehouse. Will X plus Y be sufficient witnesses to convict the accused for treason? Letter A, no, because the law requires that two witnesses see the same overt act. Letter B, yes, because the law requires only at least two witnesses. Letter C, no, because their testimony, I repeat, letter C, no, because their testimony are contradicting. Or letter D, yes, because they are guilty. That was question number 7. Question number 8. This crime is committed by attacking or seizing a vessel on the high seas or in the Philippine waters. Letter A, treason. Letter B, robbery. Letter C, piracy. Or letter D, boat napping. Yan. So, 46 lamang ang maibibigay nating plus 5. Okay, plus 5, 46 lamang kasi yung nandito. So, credited lamang. Kapag more than 46 na yung plus 5, hindi na pwede. Ano? So, dapat na-SS nyo na yung plus 5 nyo. Kasama na rin yung tanong sa taas pag nag-SS tayo. So, press 5 for the last time. Press 5 for the last time. That is for question number 8. Okay, number 9. The unlawful resistance to a superior officer or the raising of commotions and disturbances aboard the ship against the authority of its commander. Letter A, public scandal. Letter B, disregarding authority. Letter C, piracy. Or letter D, mutiny. Number 10. The objective may not be I repeat, number 10. The objective may not be to overthrow the government but only to destabilize or paralyze the government through the seizure of facilities and utilities essential to the continued position and exercise of governmental powers. Letter A, rebellion. Letter B, coup d'etat. Letter C, insurrection. Or letter D, sedition. Number 11. Raising of commotion or disturbances in the state. Its ultimate objective is a violation of the public peace or at least such measures that evidently engenders it. Letter A, rebellion. Letter B, codita. Letter C, insurrection. Or letter D, sedition. Number 12. Any person who, by direct provision of law or by election or by appointment by competent authority, is charged with the maintenance of order and the protection and security of life and property. Letter A, public officers. Letter B, person in authority. Letter C, agent of person in authority. Or letter D, all of them. Number 13. When a person discharges the firearms in public, the act may constitute any of the possible crimes under the revised penal code. If the firearms when discharged was not directed to any particular person, what was the crime committed? Letter A, illegal discharge of firearms. Letter B, grave threat. Letter C, attempted homicide. Or letter D, alarms and scandals. Number 14. A policeman assigned to the city jail as guard, who while off duty release a prisoner, is liable for blank. Letter A, infidelity in the custody of prisoners. Letter B, delivering prisoners from jail. Letter C, evasion of service of sentence. Or letter D, illegal releasing of prisoner. Number 15. Escaping from his prison cell when his case is still on appeal does not make said prisoner liable for evasion of service of sentence. Letter A, true. Letter B, false. Letter C, may be true. Or letter D, may be false. Remind ko lang sa inyo, pag nag-SS kayo, kasama yung question para ma-verify ko kung talagang present kayo during live streaming o hindi. Okay, kasama yung question kapag nag-SS kayo. Number 16. A is the parent of B, the illegitimate daughter. B married C and they begot a legitimate child D. If D, daughter of B and C, would kill A, the grandmother, what was the crime committed? Letter A, parricide. Letter B, homicide. Letter C, matricide. Or letter D, infanticide. Number 17. When a person discharges a firearm in public, the act may constitute any of the possible crimes under the revised penal code. If a person is shot and is wounded, what was the crime committed? Letter A, illegal discharge of firearms. Letter B, grave threat. Letter C, attempted homicide. Or letter D, alarms and scandals. Next, number 18. A spouse of B, I repeat number 18. A spouse of B conspires with C to kill B. C killed B with treachery. The means employed is made known to A and agreed that the killing will be done by poisoning. What was the crime committed by A, if any? Letter A, murder. Letter B, homicide. Letter C, parricide. Or letter D, no crime committed. Next, number 19. A person who is determined to kill resorted to the cover of darkness at night time to ensure the killing. This is a crime of murder. Why? Letter A, because of evident premeditation. Letter B, because of means involving great waste or ruin. Letter C, because of means to ensure or afford impunity. Or letter D, because of treachery. Ano ang ground? Bakit murder? Okay, number 20. Felony committed when a person is killed or wounded during the confusion attendant to a quarrel among several persons not organized into groups and the parties responsible cannot be ascertained. Letter A, alarm and scandal. Letter B, mysterious homicide. Letter C, death under exceptional circumstances. Or letter D, tumultuous affray. Okay, next. Press 15 tayo. Gentlemen, ladies, press 15. Okay, press 15. 1.5. Yan. So, yan. So, makikita ko na dito kung sino yung mga nandito para may credit. Okay. Next. 21. Pedro, a 19-year-old man, had sexual intercourse with her 11-year-old girlfriend without threat, force, or intimidation. What was the crime committed? Letter A, child rape. Letter B, qualified rape. Letter C, statutory rape. Or letter D, none of these. This is the taking of personal property. Correction, letter of yon. This is the taking of personal property belonging to another with intent to gain by means of violence against or intimidation of any person or using force upon anything. Letter A, theft. Letter B, estafa. Letter C, robbery. Or letter D, brigandage. Number 23. What is the crime committed by those who, having found lost property, fail to deliver the same to local authorities or its owner? Letter A, theft. Letter B, estafa. Letter C, robbery. Or letter D, brigandage. Next, number 24. What was the crime committed by a widow who, within 301 days from death of husband, got married or before her delivery if she was pregnant at the time of his death, if any? A, adultery. B, concubinage. Letter C, premature marriage. Or letter D, no crime committed. Crime committed by a widow who within 301 days from death of husband got married. Okay. Bawal pala yan, ano? Kung wala pang 301 days, hindi ka pwedeng ikasal. Okay. From the death of your husband. Otherwise, there will be a crime committed. 24, 25. A spouse of B conspire with C to kill B. C killed B with treachery. The means employed is made known to A, and A agreed that the killing will be done by poisoning. What was the crime committed by C, if any? A, murder. B, homicide. Letter C, parricide. Or letter D, no crime committed. Okay, so natapos na natin ang ating self-evaluation sa Criminal Law Book 2. Good luck. You have to submit your answer not later than 12 noon today. Okay, 12 noon. Extended. Sabi ko kanina kasi 11 o'clock. But today we will make it 12 o'clock noon. Okay? So hanggang dito na lamang tayo. I will going to upload the remaining subject that you will going to take as a final exam. Yung CDI 7 at saka CA3. I will try my best to upload this afternoon. Okay? So bukas 10 o'clock, pay attention. Second year, we will have a live streaming and have a self-evaluation on one of your subjects. Sasabihin ko later on kung anong subject ang ila-live stream natin. 10 o'clock bukas. So sa mga third year natapos na tayo, hopefully you can submit your answer up to 12 noon. Okay? So maraming salamat. Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. See you again next time.